The world was poised for drama when Taylor Swift, global pop sensation, and Donald Trump, the 47th President of the United States, were announced as key figures at a Unity concert in New York City's Central Park. Billed as a fundraiser for global education, the event promised harmony, but whispers of tension swirled. Would Taylor take a political jab? Would Trump, known for his unpredictability, steal the spotlight? Media outlets buzzed, fans and critics clashed online, and the air crackled with anticipation. Taylor stepped onto stage under a canopy of stars, her gold dress shimmering in the spotlight. The crowd erupted, but her gaze lingered on Trump, seated prominently in the VIP section. She gripped her microphone and spoke with a playful edge. Some build walls with words, while others build bridges with songs. I know which one I choose. The crowd laughed. Some cheered. Others murmured. Trump sat still, his expression unreadable, hands folded calmly. Launching into her set, Taylor debuted a song clearly aimed at Trump. The lyrics cut deep. You talk in circles, you claim the crown, but truth will always tear lies down. The audience roared, phones lit up, and social media ignited. But then, something shifted. Trump stood, buttoning his jacket, and moved toward the stage. No one stopped him. Not security, not aides. Taylor's fingers hesitated on her guitar strings, her voice faltering as he approached. Was he about to confront her? He reached the stage and raised a hand, not for mic, but for silence. The crowd hushed. "Taylor," he said, his voice steady but softer than expected. "You sing your truth, and I respect that. Tonight, I'd like to share mine, not as a president, but as a person." The host fumbled, unsure, but handed him a microphone. Taylor stepped back, eyes wide, as Trump took center stage. To everyone's astonishment, he began to hum, then sing. His voice was rough, unpolished, but carried a raw sincerity. "I built my life on fire and stone, stood tall when I felt alone. But here tonight, I'll bare my soul to mend what's broken, to make us whole." The crowd was silent, stunned. This wasn't the brash Trump of rallies. This was something vulnerable, human. Cameras caught tears in the audience. Crew members frozen backstage. Taylor stood motionless, her guitar hanging loosely. Trump's voice wavered. "I'm no hero. I've made mistakes, but love can heal what anger breaks." A young man in the crowd clutched his partner's hand, whispering, "Is this real?" An older woman nodded, dabbing her eyes. When Trump finished, he lowered the mic and looked at Taylor, not with defiance, but with quiet resolve. He stepped back, offering her the stage. The silence broke with single clap, then a wave of applause, not thunderous, but heartfelt. Taylor approached the mic, her voice unsteady. I didn't expect that," she said. "Maybe we've all been too quick to judge." She turned to Trump, extending a hand. He took it, and the crowd exhaled, as if releasing years of tension. Backstage, the mood was surreal. No chaos, no shouting, just hushed awe. Trump sat quietly in a folding chair, staring at his hands. A stagehand muttered, "I've seen a lot, but nothing like this." Taylor, still processing, approached him alone. "I misjudged you," she said softly. That took courage. Trump looked up, his eyes tired but warm. "We all wear masks, Taylor. Tonight, I took mine off." By dawn, the clip of Trump's song had shattered records. 70 million views in 8 hours. Celebrities share it with captions like, "This hit me hard," and "We need more of this." Even Trump's fiercest critics paused, one tweeting, "I never thought I'd say this, but that was real." Taylor posted a simple message. "Music doesn't judge, it listens. Tonight, I learned something." A grainy video followed, showing her and Trump talking quietly backstage. No cameras, just two people connecting. In a Chicago diner, a group of retirees watched the clip on a small TV. One, a veteran named Carl, wiped his glasses. "That wasn't politics," he said. "That was a man owning his flaws." His friend nodded. "Remind me of my brother. We fought for years, but one honest talk changed everything." They sat in silence, feeling seen in a way they hadn't in years. In a small Texas town, 10-year-old Mia watched the replay with her mom. Why did the president sing? She asked. Her mother, a nurse, smiled. Because sometimes singing says what talking can't. Mia grabbed her notebook and wrote, Dear Mr. Trump, your song made me happy. Can you sing at my birthday? I'll save you cake. Love, Mia. Her mom mailed it, and somehow it reached the White House. A staffer shared online, and the internet melted. This is why we need hope. One comment read, At the White House, Trump sat in his study, reading Mia's letter. He chuckled, then grew quiet. Find her, he told an aide. Days later, he called Mia's home. Mia, it's Donald Trump. I can't make your birthday, but how about a song over the phone? Mia giggled, and Trump sang a line from the concert. The call, recorded by her mom, went viral, with Taylor reposting it, captioning it, This is what matters. In a Seattle high school, Mr. Lopez, an English teacher, showed the clip to his class. Forget politics, he said. What does this teach us about being human? A shy student raised her hand. It's like they both stopped fighting and just listened. The class launched a project, Speak Your Song, where students shared personal stories through poetry. One boy wrote about his dad's addiction, and the room applauded, tears falling. Taylor, meanwhile, visited a Brooklyn youth center, guitar in tow. I'm singing something special today, she told the kids. She performed Trump's song, her voice clear but carrying his words. Love can heal what anger breaks. A teen in the back whispered, I didn't know she could sing like that. Another said, I didn't know he could feel like that. Taylor smiled. We're all learning. The story hit every network. Taylor Swift honors Trump's song at Youth Center. Pundits called it a cultural reset. Trump watched the clip from Air Force One, a faint smile on his face. She gets it, he murmured. He canceled a planned speech, telling his team, I need to be where people are, not podiums. A week later, a park ranger's daughter in Montana posted a blurry video of Trump visiting a community center unannounced, singing softly to kids, You're the spark when my skies are gray. The caption read, He didn't know I was filming. This is who he is. The clip spread, not through PR, but through people sharing it heart to heart. In a Detroit bar, a construction worker who'd never voted said, I don't care about parties anymore. That's a man who cares. Laura Chun, a journalist who'd skewered Trump for years, wrote a column. I saw a caricature, not a person. His song changed that. Her words echoed a shift, less division, more empathy. Trump, in a rare quiet moment, wrote a note. Taylor, you showed me grace. Let's keep this going, any stage, any time. He sent it privately. Taylor received it during a studio session. She paused, then tweeted a photo of the note. Let's sing for unity. The response was overwhelming. The White House announced a joint performance at the National Mall, a harmony concert with no fanfare, just music. In a small Ohio church, a grandmother hugged her grandson. Taylor and Trump? God's got a sense of humor. He laughed. Maybe we all needed this. The National Mall stage was simple. 2 stools, 2 mics, soft lights. Taylor arrived in a hoodie, Trump in a plain jacket. They met backstage, no entourages. Got a new line? Taylor asked, grinning. Trump nodded, pulling out a crumpled paper. It's rough, but it's us. They rehearsed once, their voices blending imperfectly but honestly. As dusk fell, thousands gathered, millions streamed online. Taylor strummed first. We shout, we clash, we build our walls, but hearts can answer when truth calls. Trump joined. I've stumbled, fallen, lost my way, but together we'll find a brighter day. Their chorus rang out. Hand in hand, we'll face the storm. With love and song, we'll be reborn. The crowd wept, not for perfection, but for truth. In a Miami hospital, Nurse Elena watched with patience, all holding hands. In a Denver classroom, kids sang along. When the song ended, silence held the crowd. Then Taylor and Trump stood, and without a word they embraced, a real, unscripted hug. A man in the crowd whispered, This is what healing looks like. Online, comments flooded. I was wrong about them. This is our country. I'm crying, and I'm not ashamed. Backstage, Taylor said, We did something bigger than us. Trump nodded. We showed them we're human. They walked off together, no cameras following. In the White House, Barron Trump, 18, watched the stream. Smiling, he texted his dad, "You made me proud." Trump replied, "You make me better." The hug became the image of the year, shared with captions like "Unity starts here." In a world of noise, two voices, one a pop star, one a president, sang a song that reminded everyone, humanity is louder than hate. For the first time in a long time, backstage production crews stood frozen. One camera operator whispered to another, "Forget views. This is history." The live stream comments weren't filled with politics anymore. They were filled with hearts, broken walls, and people apologizing to one another. "I judged him wrong. I'm sorry. I used to hate her. Now I admire them both." This made me cry in front of my dad for the first time. No one had expected this night to become a turning point, but it did, and it started with one man, one woman, and one honest song. As the crowd remained quiet, Taylor slowly turned toward Trump. Her eyes, once filled with fire and pride, were now glassy with emotion. She reached out. Trump, steady but clearly moved, took her hand. And then, with no script and no signal, they hugged, not a stiff, stage photo-op hug, but a long, deep human hug. A woman in the front row fell to her knees and began to sob. Behind her, a man who had voted against Trump wept openly and clapped his hands together in prayer. On social media, a still image of the hug became the most shared photo of the year in under 2 hours. It was captioned by thousands in different ways. "Forgiveness is louder than hate." This broke me in the best way. We're still a country. We just forgot how to feel. Backstage, Taylor whispered in Trump's ear, "I don't know what just happened, but I'll never forget it." Trump nodded slowly. "Neither will I." And when they walked off the stage, hand in hand, history was no longer written in anger. It was written in harmony. Back in the White House, waiting in the West Wing was Barron Trump, now 18, calm and observant. He had watched the entire concert alone, his eyes swollen from crying. When his father walked in, still quiet from the experience, Barron stood and hugged him. "I'm proud of you, Dad." Trump didn't reply at first. His eyes brimmed with emotion. He just held his son for a moment. Then Barron pulled out a handwritten letter. "Dear Dad, I grew up in the shadow of the world's loudest voice, but tonight I saw your heart, the real one, the one I always hoped was there. You taught me something more.